had an Irish side of my family. And I can remember my father saying, coming home from a wake one time, and someone said, how was the wake? And he said, oh, it was fine, he said, until Mrs. Riley fell and broke her leg and cast a gloom over the whole affair. I think Maxine would want us to celebrate our life and enjoy, because as Suzanne said, she wasn't one to complain with a hip or anything else. She wanted to move right on if you tried to focus on that and say, come on, this is what we're trying to do, this is what's good. She was one of my favorite people. She was good, she was caring about others, she was positive, she was courageous, and much more. My wife Peggy often commented about how beautiful Maxine was. And it was, I think, her inner beauty showing through her face, as well as the features that God blessed her with. She was illuminated by light and happiness. You may expect me to talk about Maxine's public service, and I will in a moment, but I wanted to share one other dimension with you, which also has been covered in the program, that I thought might not be as well known to people. She loved jazz, and particularly listening to some friends of ours, Kit and Mike Moran, who sang and played at the Blue Parrot over in the Brickyard. And she was often there, and I enjoyed some of those evenings there with her, appreciating their talents. So I'm particularly delighted that we've had a sample of that music she loves so well. Everyone here knows about Maxine's dedication and love for the city. She was a treasure of this town. And as the Reverend Asian has again pointed out, she was particularly interested in the Tremonto Park, but not just that. She was also serving on our committee to oversee the expenditure of the bond issues that people sold. She was on the committee that watched the 1-cent sales tax to make sure that it was going in the right directions. But she did ring the bell on the park and on the conversion of the plant, which was a retired waste treatment plant, into a park. And sure enough, as again, see what my line is. She led this petition drive and got about 3,000 people to do it. And then one of them was her friend Pete McDonald. Some of you here probably know Pete as well. And he was researching into the legality of all this. And with Maxine's petition drive indicating the public wasn't thrilled with the idea. By the way, the other suggestion besides the hotel was an upscale RV park, if you can imagine that. So the city suddenly discovered that the sewage plant was in Grohard Park. And you can't decommission a park without having a citywide referendum. And that wasn't likely to happen, not while she was around anyhow. And in the peculiar vagaries of Florida law, I can't have a discussion about something that might come up before the public. Well, my fellow council members are here. So I would just say, you are not to reply, you are not to discuss or debate any suggestion that I might make that might possibly coincide with the possibility of naming the park for Maxine. I don't know what the council will do on that. Believe it or not, we have not discussed it with each other. And although people have written to me, and I'm sure the others suggesting that, and I happen to think it's a lovely idea. We will miss Maxine as a person, but none of us who knew her will ever forget her, and so she's going to be with us. And I hope people will say someday, I wonder who Maxine Barritt was, this park is named for her.